the Lois needs to come in.
All right, Lois can come in. Hi, Lois. Come on in. Okay, you gotta hurry up. Come on. There it is. There we go.
Yeah, right back under the bed.
Right.
You want to come up here?
Hello.
She sensed attention.
She does sense attention.
She thought we were like probably being affectionate.
Probably. Anyway, hello everyone.
Hey.
This is Ashley and Jared, and we're quarantined and have nothing better to do, so we figured we'd do some sort of quarantine update / Q&A.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So Jared has read the questions. I don't know what's coming at me.
Well, I posted on Instagram some
Oh, you did?
for people to ask us questions.
so
Some people asked us questions.
Okay.
These are some of my questions as well.
Fun fact, a lot of bachelor couples, they don't even watch their own significant other's Instagram story.
Yeah, I mean, I watch Ashley's, but I just skim through.
He doesn't
I give her the
listen
view.
to them.
I give her the view.
And I'm like, if you aren't watching, then how is anyone else watching?
There are people out there who are more invested in your life than I am.
Oh,
At least
feel really good.
socially, at least in terms of social media. I'm very invested in your actual physical and emotional being, but with, why would I follow you? I know exactly what
I
you're
will say
posting.
this. Jared is usually with me as I record stories, so like he already knows the context.
Yeah, it's like watching a rerun. So what's the favorite movie you've watched so far during quarantine?
So during quarantine so far, we've watched The Rainmaker, Legends of the Fall, A Perfect Murder, and
I watched Any Given Sunday again.
Zodiac. So they were all pretty good. I mean, well, Legends of the Fall wasn't really good. That was just about Brad Pitt's face being good. I think like obviously Perfect Murder is a fun, easy watch.
What about Zodiac?
Zodiac I really liked. It was long. It was maybe like 20 minutes too long.
The question is, was it as long as your current answer?
You asked. Okay, well, those were the movies that we've watched. I think, like, as a film, I like The Rainmaker the best.
I think my favorite experience was Zodiac.
Okay.
Top 3 movies you would want to watch during quarantine. For example, if you could only have 3 DVDs for an extended period of time where you were locked in a house, what would the 3 DVDs be?
Oh my
By the
God.
way, a DVD, for our younger audience out there, is a disc they used to actually physically put into what was called a DVD player.
Yes, and a short-lived Blu-ray player.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so my favorite movies don't necessarily correlate with what I would have as my only 3 options during a quarantine. Because, like, Titanic, I like to savor every moment. Titanic is my number 1 favorite movie, but, like, I like to savor it. I like to reminisce and feel like I'm in 1997 when I'm watching it. I like the overflow of feelings and all of that. So I wouldn't want to be quarantined with it. I think Pretty Woman is one of my top 10 movies and one of the most easy rewatchable that like I just don't know if I ever get tired of. So I would say Pretty Woman definitely. Catch Me If You Can, another fun, easy rewatchable. And then I mean I have so many favorite movies, I want to give credit where credit's due, like
I still don't understand why
Star
you're not
is
picking
Born.
Titanic.
A Star is Born, The Greatest Showman, A Walk to Remember, Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire is pretty easy watch over and over again.
Yeah, it's pretty good rewatchable. I
I would say probably those. Maybe The Wedding Planner, just because I can watch The Wedding Planner over and over and over again. Why am I not saying Titanic? Because I like to savor the feelings of it. Like I used to watch it like every quarter of a year, like every 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
But now I want to get like a real experience. I want to feel every feeling, every smell that I smelled when I used to watch it for the first time again. I want it to represent nostalgia to me. This is it. I want Titanic to represent nostalgia for me. And if I rewatch it too many times during like a weird time like this, then I'm going to associate Titanic with quarantine and not with the nostalgic memories that I have of being absolutely in love with Leo.
Great.
What about you, babe?
Well, Social Network would be number 1 for me because I could watch that movie 247 times and not get tired of it. I'd probably say Superman. I'd probably say Superman 2 because I could rewatch that movie a lot.
Because you want the nostalgia of Superman 1 more. You want to keep that preserved.
I just find that for some reason Superman 2, while I like the original Superman better, the second one is more of a rewatchable for me. I feel like I could watch that over and over and
But
over
you
again
still-
and not get as tired as I would as the first one.
But you still like Superman 1 better.
Yes.
Okay. See? That's totally Titanic-esque.
Yeah, and then 3, I don't know. There's a bunch. Probably Matrix. The Matrix. I could watch that movie all the time because it's just
I
fantastic.
can watch The Wolf of Wall Street a lot, too.
Favorite activity to do during quarantine?
We like our walks.
Yeah, we've been taking the dogs for walks, getting fresh air. I think that's been helping our mental health.
For me, it's really great to feel the blood moving throughout my body. It's something new.
I've been working out, trying to push-ups, jumping jacks, running.
Oh, where do you do those?
Downstairs.
You've done it like twice.
No, I've done it probably 4 or 5 times.
Oh, okay. I guess it's pretty good since we've been locked down for like 10 days.
Yeah, so I work out probably once every 2 days right now.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just tough. I'm the type of person, I can't work out at home. I need to go to the gym. That gives me motivation. So being here, I've definitely not been working out as hard. Best show to binge watch right now.
Well, Jared doesn't binge watch shows, which is like the downfall of our relationship. If there was something that I could change about Jared, binge watching shows may be the number one thing.
Mhm.
Because that way we would like have so much like snuggle fun time, and we'd have like always new content to talk about and even debate what you like.
Yeah, after like 2 or 3 episodes, I'm out.
So
That's why we just watched Don't Fuck with Cats, which was very good.
So I watched that back in December. I just introduced him to it because I thought it would be a way for him to get into Tiger King, which is going to be the new doc that I watch. And I think you can do it.
Yeah,
What
of course
else
I
are
want to
you
watch
gonna
it.
do?
People are losing their minds over it, so I'm going to
Yeah?
do Tiger King. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll watch
okay.
it.
So you said best shows to binge. I mean, I'm the biggest This Is Us fan. If you haven't watched This Is Us, just do it now. Do it all now.
I've watched House of Cards. That's a good one.
It's the only show he's watched.
I haven't seen season 6. First thing you're going to do when we get out of quarantine? And like assume that we're back into normal life. Not easing back into it. Just assume that we're back into it.
Fly back to LA.
Okay. Something you want to do that you're missing out on right now. I guess nothing. Okay, never mind.
You know what? It's been pretty great. What do you want to do? You answer first.
I would like to, ideally,
Well, you want to see your parents, but does that count?
No, I would say play sport, play softball.
You can go play
or-
a sport.
I can't play
Well,
play
you can
sport
go
with
hit-
other people.
I can like toss you
I can't
a baseball.
play. Sure, we can go play,
Yeah.
but no offense, it's not that much fun playing with you. It's like playing with a 4-year-old. You know, we played tennis one time, and it's just like, and then Ashley misses, and it's like, okay, no, don't worry about it. And then you sometimes get it over the net, sometimes you don't. That's okay. You try, and that's the most important thing. But I would like to play sports with other people who are somewhat on my caliber of being able to play. Not to say I'm that great, but I'm okay. And then also just like going, like I said, going to a Dunkin'. Go to a Dunkin'.
Okay. Jared just wants to go to a Dunkin'.
I
I guess my favorite thing in the world is to sit on the couch and watch TV with my baby.
If you could go back, I'm going through some random questions. What's your favorite non-Bachelor podcast?
Crystalia's podcast, for sure. Crystalia knows what he's talking about in all aspects of life. He just gets it. I have a podcast called I Don't Get It, and Crystalia's
not here
podcast
plugging
could just
your
be
own
called,
podcast.
yeah, but it could just be called I Get It. Because
he's good.
Crystalia does. He just gets it. He gets me.
Yeah,
We think the same things are annoying.
Yeah, I like Crystalia's a lot. I
Complain
also
about
love Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast. The Monday morning podcast just before
When do you
Friday,
watch
Thursday
that?
morning.
Oh, when did you
Well, I
listen?
listen to it first of all. When I'm just kind of in the room playing video games, or I listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. I also the one I listen to most is Felger and Maz, which is a local Boston sports radio. Somebody asked us if we have corona. I hope not, but we don't have symptoms right now. And we are self-isolating. Somebody asked us, did we think if it's safe for delivery or to go to the grocery store? I think
we're trying not to go to the grocery store. We've done delivery groceries.
we're doing pickup, so we have a scheduled pickup.
Stick in the trunk.
Where you drive up to the grocery store. I mean, unfortunately, you still need to go to the grocery store because we didn't hoard things.
So, which means we're running out of things as well, and we need paper towels, and we're running low on toilet paper, so we need to go get them. So we scheduled a pickup, which is very nice because there's no deliveries. So we just drive up, and then they'll have the
Deliveries
groceries
are
ready.
sold out.
Yes. So anyway, if you have to go to the grocery store, go. If you don't have to, then don't. That would be my advice. If it's necessary, go. And then delivery, yes, they've said it's very safe for delivery because this coronavirus apparently doesn't stay on surfaces. It doesn't stay on cardboard that long. And so, and it doesn't really pass through food because it's air droplets. That's what I've been reading. So as long as the person handling your food hasn't coughed or sneezed on it, which would be not okay in any aspect of life anyway.
Yeah, we got Postmates yesterday, and the guy texted Jared, and he said, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna drop it off at the door. I'll send you ticklies. I'll send you a message when I'm there. And that was the perfect way of going about it.
Yeah, so just try to keep your social distance from your delivery, from your delivery person. But yes, I do think it's safe to order takeout. Everybody's saying it is.
Support your restaurants.
Yeah, and it helps.
Big fan of this movement.
Tip if you can. I know everybody's struggling out there, but if you have a little giveaway, give a little extra. Somebody asked me if I wanted to be a lawyer because they were watching Ashley's Instagram story.
When did I say that on publicly? It was my IG live. Yeah.
Gotcha. We were watching The Firm, and
no, we were watching The Rainmaker, also a John Grisham.
Yes, and Ashley always thinks that I would make a good lawyer. I don't know. I think it's up in the air. One of my favorite movies. You know what? Here we go. I changed it. It would be my three movies: Social Network, A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
And then it would have to come down to probably either Superman 2 or The Matrix. A Few Good Men, I've seen 100 times.
I can rewatch that a lot too.
We should rewatch it right now.
So I think that Jared is just destined to be a 90s courtroom lawyer.
Well, not unfortunately, but we are in 2020, so that would be impossible.
Yeah, but like you would bring the passion. I mean, like that's where all the great movies are. The courtroom movies are.
Well, I'm a contrarian and I like to argue. So
he loves arguing. He loves arguing.
Somebody asked that there's
and he likes acting and being passionate.
Yeah.
And you're very
You know what's funny? A part of being a lawyer is kind of acting.
Yeah.
So somebody asked that they're quarantined by themselves right now and they're lonely and they think, should I go visit my family? And my
if they can drive, I'd say yeah.
I would say no.
Yeah, but I would okay, yeah. Fine.
Unless you're quarantined for 14 days.
If they've been quarantined for 14 days and
no symptoms, and you have had no contact with anybody else, then maybe, it all depends on them too, because they could have the virus, spread it to you. So this is up to you. I would caution against it for the next couple of weeks, just to see what direction this entire pandemic is going in. Better safe than sorry. We can FaceTime, Skype, so there are ways for you to communicate with your family other than seeing them in person. Weirdest thing you've done since quarantine? Weirdest? I don't know, make an NSYNC bye video?
That absolutely is the answer.
Yeah, probably.
I don't even know how that wasn't just like...
It's not that weird. We've done weirder.
You were on strings.
Yeah, well, it was tied around my wrist. That was kind of weird. And then your dad was filming it. What else? Somebody asked, was it weird to have Caitlyn at the wedding?
No.
No, not at all. Favorite board game?
I don't really have one. I do like that game we played the other day.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't a board game. It was a card game.
That wasn't a card game. When I think of a card game, I think of a deck of cards. This is like one of those games. It was a board game.
Uno's a card game.
I guess, but I would think that was like a board, babe. That was like a board.
No, there's cards. There's no board.
It was like memory, guys. It was like memory, but you had to describe your cards to each other with using one word. Key
word in that, cards. What was I going to say? Mine is Monopoly.
Would you consider Monopoly? I mean, what else is like
Monopoly is a board.
I know.
Anyway, chess, but I haven't played chess in a very long time.
I think we should start playing chess. So I think I should go on Amazon and get a chessboard because we can like really work in our mind.
They're going to be sold out for many weeks. Everybody's having the same fight you just had. But we can try.
I have another thought for a TikTok that I'm gonna get on Amazon tonight too.
Great. Catan. Catan's my favorite board game, but she
I
will
don't
never
like
play
board
that
games.
with
I
me.
like Heads Up, and I like anything where you have to like read somebody's mind and like ask multiple questions, so like 20 questions.
If you could give advice to your BIP self, Bachelor in Paradise self, what would it be?
Well, I guess calm the fuck down because everything's gonna work out in your favor.
I would actually tell myself to calm the F down as well, and just not be
And just be with me.
so uptight. Well, just take everything a little bit, enjoy it a little bit more, have a little bit more fun, and don't be so stressed out about things. What do we miss most about the East Coast? Family.
Well, yeah, duh. I was gonna say the smell of a summer night air.
Yeah, no, it's true. East Coast summers are the best. They're the absolute freaking best. Let's see. Is there anything else that they've asked us? Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
I have not gotten a speeding ticket. No, the only ticket I got pulled over to the side of the road for, the cop was waiting in a certain spot, and everybody kept doing it. Basically, the line went like spaced out. Went to a regular merging lane, but people were going over the solid line for a second because there was traffic. People started going over the solid line before it hit the dotted line. And he had 6 cars lined up in front of me and giving tickets to all 6 of them.
It was probably the end of the month quota,
Oh, it totally was. I remember saying that. And I was like, oh my God, I had just gotten the new Hanson CD at Best Buy. I just put it in and I was and that CD will never be the same because my heart was like
pounding very quickly. You were pounding with the music. So I've gotten a couple of speeding tickets, not in many, many years.
Couple.
Yeah, the last one I got, I think I was like
20, You don't speed. Like, he is the most responsible, conservative, if not too slow driver.
I don't drive too slow. I don't drive too slow at all. But I like to think I'm a responsible driver as well. Anyway, point of the story, when I was 16, I just got my license. I yielded at a stop sign, but I thought I came to a complete stop. The cop pulled me over anyway and gave me a ticket, said I only yielded. So I actually argued it in court because I felt so strongly that I stopped there. But it was really just my word against the cops. So you could obviously see where the judge was going with this one. And my dad told me, he said, just go in there and say...
show up?
Yeah, because I went to court, so the cop had to come too.
Sometimes they usually don't come, and then you get away with it.
Or no, he wasn't there, but like we could have postponed it to a different day, and they would have called the cop up. But anyway, so I went in, and then they called my name, and I said guilty with an explanation, because that's what my dad told me to say.
What the hell?
And so he goes, okay, and I told him the story about how I felt like I stopped, I came to a complete stop, and I didn't yield, and blah, 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 blah. And then the judge, out of nowhere, was just like, well, this is your last chance. And then he gave me community service instead of paying the ticket, which was fine.
But how many hours of community service?
It was like, I don't know, it was like 70 or something. It was a lot.
Jared,
right? It took me like 2 weeks to finish.
1 second now. How much was the ticket for?
Maybe it wasn't that much. Maybe I'm being over-exaggerated.
How much was the ticket for?
It was like 100 and something, maybe.
Would you not have rather paid for the ticket than 70 hours of your life?
It wasn't 70. I'm exaggerating. It was more like 20 probably.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, but I mean,
did you really?
I was a kid. I didn't want to pay 100 some odd bucks, and my parents didn't want to pay it either. And I felt like I stopped. I remember seeing the cop, and I looked, and then I looked both ways and went, and he still pulled me over.
20 hours for like $130 ticket.
I mean, now obviously I'd probably just pay and be like, screw it. But anyway, and then do you have any ideas on how to stay?
How many tickets do you think are waiting for Lauren at home right now?
She's definitely has a warrant for her arrest by now. And then any ideas to stay social during this time of social distancing?
Yeah, it's called FaceTime, and like you can do the video game things where you talk to each other. You can do those Skype dinners people are doing with like multiple Skype people.
Yeah, I would say take advantage of your technology.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's our quarantine Q&A, and our update is, again, we're just hanging indoors.
Just
not doing much, but as you guys should be too.
I feel weird because I said that I don't even know what I'd want to do after quarantine.
You should feel weird. Well, maybe we'll do another one of these where you can actually answer that.
Maybe I'm just not ready yet.
Maybe you're just not ready to leave the house.
10 days of watching TV hasn't been that bad.
There's far worse things, I will say that.
I know. I'm going to get a facial.
Okay, great. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Stay indoors if you can. Be safe. Stay 6 feet away from people. And other than that, try to keep your sanity. And best of luck to you all.
And my brow's done.
Okay, that's enough.